Hello everyone, GLR Cordell here, back with another video. As you can see by the title, it was the Daily C race at Spa, and I was fortunately enough to race with the man himself, Super GT. Um, Good race, a very competitive race as always, very clean, apart from this guy, which I will obviously go through the race and tell you what happened there. But yeah, I finished P7, well, qualified P7 in the race, which wasn't too bad. But I'll get on with the race. A bit annoying here at Spa with the roller races, particularly if you're in my position here, sort of 7th. I fast forward it a little bit. So just starting, and they started there. So now the bell has gone, and you can see my positioning, not great, and you can tell by sixth position they're in a straight line. So you can see that I've already lost probably a good maybe second, maybe two, just in that start there. So polyphony really need to sort that out, particularly certain tracks. A rolling start is okay, but for tracks like Spa, not the best at all. As people do know, if you're in the Mazda, Spa is probably the best car for this race for the time being fuel saving. This car is made for fuel saving, and those who ain't racing with the Mazda are at a big deficit because they have to do a pit unless you're in this car, as you can fuel save in the RCZ, but it won't nowhere near be as good as the Mazda. So I'm just going to jump on with Super GT here, and I'll show with the French guy in front of him exactly what happened. So Super GT gets a great run on him, takes him into this corner here, and takes second place quite comfortably. Now look what happens. Completely takes him out. Really unfortunate there by Steve. So I'll go on with the Frenchman here and find out what exactly happened, but it seems to me that it was quite dirty tactics really. He had no choice to go there, and look, completely knocked him off track. Unfortunate for Super GT. And I come through, and I'm thinking, oh, what's happened there? And it wasn't really until this point when I noticed that I'm actually in the same lobby as Super GT, as I got quite a few messages whilst racing saying, oh, I'm racing with Super GT, make sure you save the replay, etc. So I thought, which is quite cool. So I thought, right, let's get my head down here, because I know all it is about in Spa with the Mazda is just don't make any mistakes, keep easy on your fuel saving, and you should be absolutely fine to potentially have a win the race, or at least get in a podium position. The tactics were, for guys who don't know, if you're in the Mazda, what works for me is fuel save number 2 going on the straights, and then go through the sort of cornery bits of the track, let's say sector 2, sector 3, go in saving 3, so number 3, and then when you go on the straights back in number 2, and you should be absolutely fine during the course of the race. So it's a bit quiet here for the time being, but I'm just going to fast forward it a sec just to get into some of the action. So let's go to approximately down here. So as you can see, the Porsche man in front of me here is clearly saving a hell of a lot of fuel. So I thought, right, I'm going to have to take this guy definitely by the end of the slack, because all he's going to do is be holding me up. So I'm just going to quickly just stay here for the time being, and let you guys watch through this lap or so. As you see, just above there, P-Leb has got a penalty, not sure what for, so that's obviously good news for me. So just going to come through, let's see where Super GT is. So he's currently in P10 at the moment, and as you know, he is a fast driver, so I had no doubts that he will come towards the leads by the end of the race. So P-Leb does a good move there. Let's see if the Frenchman does anything dirty here. Yeah, I don't really know, I haven't really watched the replay yet, so just going to quickly go through. No, it seems to be fine. Let's go back on myself. And it's very, very key, again, with the Mazda, if you are again want to know a fuel save, this car is very, very good at going through the keys quickly. So as soon as you see that the rev counter come into the rev range, you can literally change gear. which is really, really good, you know, for fuel saving, and it is actually quicker than the RCZ in a straight, funnily enough. But let's go into this bit here. So I'm thinking, right, do I go for the move or do I not? So I thought, don't risk it. I just thought I'll stay there, just back off, and concentrate on getting it. So the Frenchman here, let's see if he does anything. Oh yeah, I do remember this actually. So look what he does there. Now, unnecessary. I'll go back because I don't see. Look, so you can see. Look, he's turning. Why is he turning right? So again, a bit of dirty tactics there by the Frenchman there. So definitely uncalled for. So just the fact that you see what he done to Super GT and me there, you know, it just shows to me that he is a bit of a dirty driver. So I thought, no, overtaking quick as I possibly can, and job done. Let's go through the race a little bit more. Come through here. So currently on the 3rd lap. So me personally, I feel like I'm in a comfortable position for the time being. As I said, all it really is in this race, in this car, is making no mistakes, concentrating on fuel saving, and just try and race a clean race really. So if you're going to get in a battle, don't battle. You know, just don't battle. It's just going to cost you time. So again, with the Porscheman here, I knew he was going to be holding me up, so I had to really get him by the end of this lap. So I'll try and get any slip, try and get a good line, but again, don't try to cost me any time whilst battling. I'd rather overtake him in the straights. The guy there, I don't really know whose fault that was. I think it's just a racing incident. I'm just going to go back on him. So he gets a good run of me. Of course, he's a completely different strategy to what I am. So he's gone in, but he's gone deep. And yeah, I don't think it's anybody's fault. I think it's just a little incident there. So that's kind of fair play, to be fair. At the time, I was thinking, did he really need to do that? But you know, it is what it is. So just going through again. So let's see if he gets a run on me, which he might do. No, he doesn't. Let's go back on myself. So here, this is where I thought, right, I've got to take the Porsche now. I've got to take him because he's costing me too much time. So yep, go get him. So you can clearly see the Porsche isn't that slow. He's really, really fuel saving there. So in P3, happy days. You know, started in P7 and now in P3. So I'm thinking, right, this could be a decent result in the race now. Let's just have a quick ball back. So the Frenchman now's got a second penalty. Not too sure for, but he probably deserves it. You know, that's, like I said, does come across like a dirty driver. Don't know what he's doing there. So there you go, once more. I don't know if it was accidental, but I just think he probably meant that, you know. And there comes Super GT. Now, I was watching the stream back, obviously, in Super GT's stream for this race, and let's just say he wasn't too pleased with his Frenchman here. So when he found he had a penalty, let's say he was laughing, to say the least. But he knew he wanted to get him, and he thought, no, I'm going to get you in this corner now. But if I remember correctly, look what the Frenchman tries to do. So cleans overtakes him, tries to get the inside. Look, he's knocking him again. Doesn't look good for yourself, buddy. I don't really understand it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think at the time of this race, I think Steve had about 7,000 viewers. So obviously it's good for me getting publicity, but bad for the Frenchman, you know, with the dirty drive which he's doing. So not really smart on his part there. It's going to roll it to see how it turns out by the end of this lap. I think Steve was just probably being patient now because he knew he had a second penalty, and the penalty zone comes up in this sort of back straight here. So I think he's just waiting to get past it, because this guy was just unpredictable, to be fair. It cost him so much time. Yeah, and see you later, mate. Ta-la. Leb here, quite a decent driver. Oh, this guy's got a run in me here, so I thought, well, you know what, I'm not gonna fight it. What's the point? You know, we were completely different strategies. I'll let him go through, and no, it's good for me because I can save more fuel and gain more speed. You know, sitting in behind him in his slip. So for me, I was like, happy days, go for it, mate. Let's go on the straight, and I'll show you what I mean. So like I said, on these straights you want to go in fuel setting 2, and when you get out of the straights around this sort of sector 2, you want to go into fuel save mode 3, and then when you get on the other back straight, go back in 2, and then you should be absolutely fine for the race. So here, look, gaining quite a bit of time. Flick it into 3. This section, there you go, I'm in a purple lap. This shows that that slip really did help me here. Absolutely fine. Try and keep it clean. There's a bit of a battle here. Super GT coming through. Yes, it does. Nice move there. Let's fast forward it a bit. So leader has gone into the pits there. So I was like, wicked, that's going to take me into P3. I think that man also goes into the pits, so it's now going to take me into P2. So brilliant. And then the guy in the lead is also in a Mazda, which I didn't know at the time. So again, he's in a good strat. But again, maybe because of the position at the start of the race, he got that massive gap in front of him, which I think was about 5 seconds. So again, it probably cost me 2 or 3 seconds from the start of the race, which wasn't ideal at all. So they really prolific, they really sort out the rolling starts of this car. Either get rid of them or reset them somewhere else, which I'm probably not going to do. So now we're in lap 6. As you can see, I'm in a good position in P2, Leb in P3, Super GT in P4. And of course, at this stage, you know, I'm fairly confident of just make no mistakes. My fuel saving was on point, and you know, just try and reach as clean as I possibly can to try and get in the podium. So let's just quickly stay on Steve, because he does have a good viewpoint, you know, from sort of the back end of this races here. Keep a nice clean line. Make a slat over there. Oof. Wow. Massive save there. Absolute massive save there. I don't know how he kept that on track, but he did. So fair play to Steve there. So as you can see, costing probably maybe a second half, possibly even 2 seconds there, just for that slight mistake. So that kind of cost him dearly. Just keep on Leb here. So with me, you know, at this stage, I can probably think to myself, look, if the leader, because I didn't know what car he was in, if he doesn't go into the pits, I was like, right, I'm really now fighting for P2 here. So, like I said, sound like a broken record, just keep the racing lines, don't make any mistakes, concentrate on my fuel saving, and I should be absolutely fine. So let's just roll it through. Let's go over here. So we're now coming on to the penultimate lap, and lap 7. And you know, at this stage of the race, you generally get a little bit nervous, don't you? Because you know, it was a decent lobby. I think there's quite a number of A+ drivers here. And of course, if you're in the same lobby as Super GT, you know it's quite a decent lobby in terms of fast drivers. So, you know, you get a little bit nervous, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just get in the zone, don't you? You just get in the zone of driving, concentrate on your braking points, your lines, and you should be absolutely fine. But as you can see, you know, this guy's got a decent lap, good lap so far. Concentrate on my lines. I'll probably make, I wouldn't say I made errors, but I think I was being a little bit too cautious on the throttle. I mean, the Mazda does have a slippy back end, as you just saw there. You know, it is quite twitchy if you push it a bit too much. So Leb here, you know, he's got a decent run on me. He's now in my slip. But at the same time, I'm not going to fight. And if he wants to overtake me, that's his dues. We're not going to battle him because it's going to cost me too much time. But I think, you know, because he is in this car, at the back of my mind as well, you know, I knew he had to save a lot more fuel than I did just because of the car he is in. So I wasn't too fussed about him being in my slip, because if he was going to burn more fuel, it probably cost him at the end of the race. But we're now going into the final lap, and you can see how close he is. So now this is it. So Super GT is there, he is in P4. He's probably about a couple of seconds behind myself. Leb is literally right on my backside. But I had some fuel to burn. I think I had about 1.1 lap of fuel. So I was like, right, I'm going to now rev the engine up just a little bit, just to give me that extra maybe tenth or so going down this straight. Keep it in. Nice line there. Nice and clean. So I'm doing about, let's go to the, when it goes to the braking point. So on the 155 is in 154.5. So he's saving, you can tell he's saving fuel. I'm not, you know, I'm in my saving fuel mode, but he has to save a lot more fuel than I do. Just concentrating here, that's all my lines. Make sure it's clean, which it is. But he's now probably up to his fuel. Look how close he is. Let's just keep it here for the time being. So it looks like I defended what I was. I was just trying to not make any mistakes for that back end to go out. So he gets a great run here. I'm probably being a bit too cautious. He's on the run here. This is a sketchy corner to overtake or even undertake. So look, fantastic racing, great sportsmanship. Some great racing there. Fair play to Lev and by myself. Very clean. Very clean, because sometimes people can knock you and completely, you know, ruin your race. So hats off to you, Lev, there. Nice clean racing there, fella. So whilst we had that not battling, Steve's come right up. Look how close he is now. And this almost the end of the lap, so we've got literally 2 more corners left. So I'm thinking, right, just concentrate my braking point. If they're going to make a move, they're probably going to make a mistake. But look at the run Super GT gets. Look at the run. Oh, I don't know what happened with Leb there. And Super GT gets a penalty. Twitch overtakes him. And that's it. Great result. Fantastic result. So I finished P2. Twitch P3, Super GT finished P4, Picasso P5, and Leb, unfortunately for him, with a 3-second penalty as well, finishes in P7. But absolutely fantastic race. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you are new to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe. We are getting quite a lot of traction on the channel, which I really appreciate all the new viewers and people who are watching the videos. So stay tuned, and some more GT7 content will be coming in due course. Bye for now.